Hello. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you now. Sorry for a small technical glitch which happened a few minutes back. I'm again live in front of you. So, can you all please quickly confirm if I'm audible to all of you or not? So there was a small technical glitch from our side. Now everything is resolved, I believe. And friends, welcome once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gourav Gupta, and today I'll be taking you through the next session on CMAT 2022 in the series of sessions that we have planned for all of you. Now, in this session, I'll be discussing some of the popular questions from CMAT previous year papers from QA section. Yes, I have handpicked some of the questions. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Sony. That's good. That's good. So yes, I've got a confirmation from some of the students that I am visible and audible to all of them. All right, all right. Star Willy, welcome all of you to this session. I'm once again live, and today I'll be discussing some of the questions from previous year papers of CMAT, and we'll be restricting ourselves to QA section. And I have handpicked some of the questions from the last year paper of CMAT, the last year actual paper. Now, friends, I'll tell you the most important thing that you must focus on in this session is basically the way I'll be solving these questions. These questions, like some of these questions, might be repeated from some of the previous sessions that you have seen, but definitely in this session, what you all can do is please do ask some of the doubts. Please take active participation in the session and just look at the way I'll be solving these questions. Okay, not just the statistics, not just the numbers of these questions. It's important to understand basically the way we can solve all these questions in a much faster way. All right, so let's start this session with the very first question on your screen. All right, so this is the first question, and I want all the participants, all my students, to be solving all these questions and take active participation in this class. So the first question on your screen right now, please do solve it and post your answer in the chat box. So the question says that two pipes A and B can fill a tank in 5 hours and 20 hours respectively. Both pipes together can fill the same tank in how much time? So quickly post your answer in the chat box. Definitely, Abhay, I'll do that. All right, so Rahul has already posted the answer for this one. Good, Rahul. Let's see how many of others can write the answer as soon as possible. Now, this question can be asked in a variety, in a different ways. Okay, so yes, all of you have given the correct answer. Now, one of the shortest way of dealing with this question is we have two persons, we have two pipes. Individually, the time taken by them is given. If both of them are working together, then I can say that the time taken will be A into B upon A plus B. This is the formula. This is the direct formula that can be applied. So answer will be 5 into 20 upon 5 plus 20. You can solve this orally as well. So 100 divided by 25 and answer will be 4. So 4 hours is the time that A and B will take together to fill this tank. So answer is option A. All right. Now I'll give you one of the alternate ways in case you don't want to use formula, but you want to stick to the logic. Okay, so question says that A can fill a tank in 5 hours and B can fill a tank in 20 hours. All right. Now, if I look at the logic behind such questions, uh, the question may not be asked in this format. They may say that A is opened first and after 2 hours B is also opened, and then in how many hours the tank will be completely filled. So for that, you will not be able to use the direct formula, but you will have to go with the logic. So the best logic for these questions is at the beginning of the question, you can assume the total work. Now, total work can be a value which is LCM of these two numbers. So LCM of 5 and 20. So that can be assumed as the total work. So LCM of 5 and 20, it is 20. Okay, so 20 units of total work I have assumed as in this question. Now, since A takes 5 hours to complete this work, so in 1 hour, the amount of work done by A will be 20 upon 5, that is 4 units. Similarly, in 1 hour, the amount of work done by B will be 20 upon 20, that is 1 unit. Now, if A and B are working together, so in 1 hour together they can finish 4 plus 1, that is 5 units of work. Okay, so working together, if in 1 hour they can finish 5 units of work, so to finish 20 units of work, basically you will have to multiply this by 4. So here on the left hand side, 4 will also be multiplied and answer will be 4 hours. Yes, so that is what we got the answer as. Gagan, you're asking, sir, क्या CMAT नॉन इंजीनियर के लिए एक अच्छा करियर ऑप्शन है? Gagan, CMAT is not a career option. CMAT is basically a way towards the career option. Now, CMAT will help you in taking admissions in some of the best B schools for doing MBA. So if you are a non-engineer, yes, MBA is one of the best career options for you. Yes, definitely. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to our second question of this class. Okay. So this is the second question. Read it properly and post your answer quickly. Now in this session, I will be taking questions from previous year CMAT papers. You might feel that some of the questions are repeated, but I cannot do anything because I am taking questions from previous year papers of CMAT. These are the actual questions. And the important thing that you must learn is the way we are going to take to solve these questions. Wherever possible, I'll be telling you some of the alternate ways as well. All right. So yes, I am waiting for an answer for this question. And I want each and every participant, each and every student to take active participation in this class. Okay, so please do solve this question as soon as possible. Take it as a practice session where you can improve, where you can check your speed during this session. All right, so again an answer from Rahul. Wonderful, good Rahul. Okay, so let's look at this one. In June 2020, the ratio of boys to girls in a college was 3:2. In September, there were 80 fewer boys and 20 fewer girls in the college, and the ratio of boys to girls was 7:5. Now, I can assume that in the month of June, the number of boys and the number of girls as 3x and 2x respectively. Now in September, there were 80 fewer boys. So number of boys reduced by 80 and number of girls reduced by 20. And now the ratio has become 7 upon 5. Now it's just the matter of cross multiplication. I was expecting a response from most of you. So अब बस क्या करना है? Cross multiplication करना है and you need to find out the value of x and then calculate whatever is asked in this question. Okay, so 15x minus 400 is equal to 14x minus 140. So the value of x will be 400 minus 140, that is 260. So this is the value of x that we have got. Now, what was the total number of students in the college in June? Now, total number of students, number of boys was 3x, number of girls was 2x. So total number of students was 5x. And the answer will be 5 into 260, that is 1300. All right, so yes, 1300 will be the correct answer for this one. Come on people, come on, wake up. Please show that you all are present in the session and do answer all these questions. Okay, now till now we have discussed two questions, and I would say that like if you have seen the strategy sessions that I have taken on CMAT, then you will understand that in the first round, when you are attempting the QA section, in the first round, you will have to pick all the questions which are easy and which are short. Okay, we'll have to leave all the difficult and the lengthy questions for round two, to be done in the buffer time that I have always advised you to leave towards end of the paper. Okay, so if you remember this particular strategy that I have already discussed in the strategy sessions to be taken for CMAT examination, I can say that question number one and question number two both were very easy questions and should be picked in round one. So question number one, as we have seen that it was a direct question on time and work, and question number two was the easy application of ratios. Okay, so such type of questions should be taken in round one. All right, and remember not to get into the questions whose language is a little difficult, you don't understand anything and you believe that the question will be lengthy. Okay, fine. Now let's move ahead and look at the third question. Now, sweetie, you'll have to mention what do you want me to repeat. Sony, if you are facing problem in geometry, then I would suggest that just go ahead and look at some of the basic concepts of triangles. Okay, because triangles is the backbone of geometry, and just remember some of the formulas which are related to mensuration, two-dimensional and three-dimensional. That will be more than sufficient in order to take care of the questions of geometry in CMAT examination. All right, now question number three. Yes, go ahead and quickly post your answer. Now question number three is, M is a 4-digit number. If the leftmost digit is removed, then the resulting 3-digit number is 1 by 9 of the original number. How many such M's are possible? Now, now for this one, Gagan, I'll definitely reply to your answers, to your questions. But first of all, let me follow the agenda of this session. Let us first of all discuss some QA section. Okay. And I'm promising you I'll keep last 5 to 10 minutes for general question and answering. Okay. So Gagan, please bear with me. I'm really sorry. So about college and about admissions, I'll be talking about the same thing towards the end of this session. All right. Okay. Now if I look at this question, this seems to be a little difficult and a lengthy question on numbers. Also, they're asking about how many such possible values of M are there. Then I believe a little bit concept of PNC may also be applied. So in the first round, I should be leaving such type of questions. You might do this question, yes, but this will consume more than a minute. Okay, so it's better to come back to this question in that buffer time. All right, but today we'll be solving this question, so let's go ahead and do that. So question says that M is a 4-digit number. So let's say ABCD. I'm sorry. So ABCD, let's say this is a 4-digit number. Now if the leftmost digit is removed, so the resulting number, which is BCD, is equal to 1 by 9 of the original number, that is ABCD. All right. Now I can make an equation out of it. So on the left hand side, this is a 3-digit number, which can be written as 100B plus 10C plus D. Doing cross multiplication, so 9, that is equal to 1000A plus 100B plus 10C plus D. All right. Now this entire thing will go on the left hand side and this will become 8 times 100B plus 10C plus D, and that is equal to 1000A. All right. So this 3-digit number, which was BCD, the 3-digit number can be written as 125 times A. 1000 divided by 8 is 125. All right. So I have obtained an equation which says that I have obtained a relation which says that the 3-digit number is equal to 125 times A. All right. Now what is A? Let us understand what is A. Now A is the leftmost digit. All right. A is the leftmost digit of the original number. The possible values that A can take can be starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on up till 9. All right. But we'll have to check this statement as well, because the value of A should be taken such that when A is multiplied by 125, the resulting number should be a 3-digit number. Alright, so I can take the value of A as 1, 2, 3 and so on up till 7. Alright, so the value of A can be taken up till 7 because 7 multiplied by 125 is 875. So for these values of A, when multiplied by 125, the resulting number will be a 3-digit number. But when A is 8 or 9, then 8 multiplied by 125 or 9 multiplied by 125 will be a 4-digit number, and that will not satisfy this given equation. So I can say that the different possible values of A can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that will give me 7 different values of this 4-digit number M. So yes, the answer in this case will be option D, that is 7. So Rahul, Kusuma and Sweetie, all three of you have given a perfect answer. Wonderful. Now I request other students also to wake up and please do respond to all these questions in the class and take it as a practice session. This will definitely benefit you. Okay, just sitting in this session and watching this session, watching me solving these questions will not help you. So please take active participation in solving all these questions. All right, so let's move ahead and look at question number 4. Now question number 4 is again a straightforward, not very difficult question of time and work. So I want all of you to be answering this question as soon as possible. Gourav, you can see the serial number of the questions at the top. So we are right now doing question number 4. So before this question, you have missed 3 questions, but never mind. You can always go back and watch those 3 sessions, but stay in the live session and you can cover up those 3 missed questions later on. Now, not just solving the question is important. Important is the way we are using, the method we are using to solve these questions, because we'll have to save our time. We have to take as much less time as possible to solve these questions. All right, now onwards, I'll not be doing extra rough work in front of you. So I'll also be telling you the way I use my rough sheet during the examination. All right, so I'll be writing only the appropriate things and will not be writing the things which are already mentioned in the question. Okay, so let's see how do I use my rough sheet at the time of examination. I'll show you. Okay, now I can see that L and M together can finish the work in 72 days, M and N in 120 days, and L and N together in 90 days. Now I have to assume the total work. Now total work will be the LCM of these 3 numbers. Okay, now LCM of these 3 numbers, I'll start looking at the multiples of 120. So 120, 240, 360. I'll stop at 360. 360, why I've stopped at 360? Because 360 is divisible by 90 as well as 72. Okay, so I'll assume the total work as 360. All right, this will be the first step of my rough work. Now I'll calculate 1 day work of each of these groups, each of these couples. So L and M in 1 day can finish 360 upon 72, that is 5 units. Okay, then M and N in 1 day can finish 3 units of work, which is 360 divided by 120. All right, and last couple L and N in 1 day can finish 360 upon 90, that is 4 units of work. All right, fine. Up to this point you would have understood. Then I'll add all these 3 equations. So if I'll add all these 3 equations, I'll get twice of L, M and n on the left hand side, and on the right hand side it will be 12. So L plus M plus N, 1 day work, will be equal to 6. Now I want to do the calculation for L alone. So I'll consider this equation and this equation. Okay. And from here I can say that L's 1 day work will be 6 minus 3, that is 3. Okay. So M plus N is 3 and L plus M plus N is 6. So I can say that L's 1 day work is 3 units. Okay. Now I'm not writing anything which is inappropriate. Alright. I'm just writing whatever is required to solve this question. I am minimizing the amount of rough work. So L ka 1 day work kitna hai? 3 units. So the question is, in what time L alone can complete the work? Now total work is 360 units. 1 day work is 3 units. So the total number of days taken by L will be 360 upon 3. No need to write this, and answer should be 120 days. Alright, so 120 days, that is option B is the correct answer. Yes, so most of you have again given a correct answer. Gourav, Samiksha, Stavili, Rahul and Shashi. So all of you have given a correct answer. Again, a request from all of you. Those who are there in this session, take active participation and solve all these questions that will benefit you. Okay, fine. Now friends, if you are liking this session, please do hit a like button. I hope like you are gaining something out of this session. And please just go right now and hit the like button. Go ahead and do that. And do share this session with your friends as well, so that they can also gain something out of this session. All right. Okay. Now let's continue to the next question. Question number 5. A very simple question of mixtures. A milkman adds 10 liters of water to 90 liters of milk. After selling, okay, wait, there is some problem. So I'm leaving this question. So I'm skipping this question. There is some problem. There was something missing in this question. So let's jump to question number 6. So question number 6, a question of geometry. One of the students told me that the student is weak in geometry. Yes, you were weak in geometry. So definitely I'll be taking some questions of geometry as well in this session. So question says that in a triangle ABC, DE and F are midpoints of the sides AB, BC and CA respectively. Then the ratio of the area of triangle DEF and the area of triangle ABC is equal to which one of the following options? Now, if you have read just the basic concepts of geometry, then you will be able to answer such questions in less than 5 seconds. Yes, I mean it, in less than 5 seconds. Okay, so yes, what will be the answer? Rahul has already posted his answer. Come on, I am waiting for other students as well to write their answers. Go ahead and do this question, attempt this question. Come on, I'm waiting. All right, Gaurav. Okay, now let me help you with the concept, not the answer, but the concept first. Okay, now in any triangle, in any random triangle, let's say A, B, C, if you will take the midpoints of all the 3 sides, so let's say this is midpoint of one side, let me call it as D, E and F. Okay, so I have marked the midpoints of all the 3 sides and I'll join these 3 midpoints. Okay, now after joining these midpoints, you all can see that the entire triangle is now divided in 4 small triangles. Okay, now after joining the midpoints of the respective sides of a triangle, the resulting 4 triangles, all of them will have equal areas. Okay, so if the area of this triangle is X, the area of this triangle will also be X, X and X. So that means the area of the entire triangle will be equal to 4x. Alright, so the ratio of the area of any of these smaller triangles to the area of the bigger triangle will always be equal to 1:4. All right. Now they may also ask you this question in some other way. They may ask you the ratio of the area of any of the regions. So let's say they are asking the area of AFED, area of AFED upon area of ABC. Okay, now AFED, this is containing two triangles, so it will be 2x upon the total area, that is 4x. So I can say that the ratio will be 2 upon 4 or 1 upon 2. All right, so you can just find out the relation between the areas of any of these regions with respect to the bigger area. All right, with respect to the bigger triangle. Fine. So this is the property of triangles that is followed everywhere, right? Okay. Now with this, let's move on to the next question. Okay. So question number 7 in front of you. Question from time, speed, distance, the concept of trains. Yes, yes, yes. Any answer? All right, Vikram. So I'll make sure that I'll be taking a separate session on algebra as well in the next few days. All right, Rahul is again the first one to answer this one. Good, Rahul, good. Shashi, sweetie, good. Samiksha, good. All right. Now let's handle this question. A 100-meter long train crosses 200-meter long and 20-meter wide bridge. Now the width of the bridge will never be required to answer this question. All right. Okay. Now 100-meter long train crosses 200-meter long bridge. Okay. So what is the total distance traveled by the train to completely cross this bridge? So it will be equal to the sum of the length of the train and the length of the bridge. So the total distance traveled by the train will be 100 plus 200, that is 300 meters in a matter of 20 seconds. All right. So it will be 300 upon 20 meters per second, the speed of the train. So it will be 15 meters per second. But we have to find out our value in kilometers per hour. Okay, so the conversion of speed from meter per second to kilometer per hour, the conversion factor should be known. So the conversion factor is basically 5 by 18 or 18 upon 5. So if I'm converting from 1 kilometer per hour to meter per second, I'll have to multiply by 5 by 18. All right. And in the other direction from meter per second to kilometer per hour, we'll multiply it by 18 upon 5. So in this case, I'll multiply it by 18 upon 5 to convert it in kilometer per hour. So my answer will be 54 kilometer per hour. All right. And that is option C, which is correctly given by almost all of you. So yes, Vikram. So answer will be 15 meter per second or 54 kilometer per hour. In options, we have 54 and it was kilometer per hour. So we have marked this. Now, guys, at this moment, I would like to remind all of you of one thing. Now, what happens is, let's say in the options, we are also given 15 as the value. Okay. So among the options in this case, let's say 15 was one of the options. Okay. We got the value of the speed as 15 meter per second. Now, there are some of us who will not notice this particular fact and they will answer or they will mark the answer as option A without taking care about the units of the final answer. Now, I always recommend one thing, that as soon as you finish like the solution, as soon as you are done with the solution, it's always better to go to the last line of the question and read it and find out what is being asked. Okay, so once you are done with the solution, once you get the value of x, now if you'll not go back to the questions statement, then there will be higher chances of marking a wrong answer. Okay, so got the value of x, read the last statement, and you will get to know that you will have to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. All right, so please do that carefully. Now, Divyang, I'll quickly explain you the conversion factor once again. Okay, so it says that if you want to convert speed from kilometer per hour to meter per second, okay, if you want to convert from kilometer per hour to meter per second, since 1 kilometer has 1000 meters and 1 hour has 3600 seconds, so 1000 upon 3600, upon solving this will come out to be 5 by 18. So kilometer per hour to meter per second, you will multiply it by 5 by 18. All right, if you're going from meter per second to kilometer per hour, you will multiply it by the reciprocal of the above factor, that is, you will multiply by 18 upon 5. All right, am I clear? Okay, so with this, let's move on to our next question. Question number 8, again a question from time, speed, distance, races. Now I tell you a wonderful way of tackling this question. Okay, a wonderful shortcut that can be used in this question. All right, so first of all, I want all of you to mark your answer. uh, Gaurav, I can't tell the approximate date of CET. This is like I cannot use any approximation techniques to find out the date of CET examination. But definitely we still have a good amount of time for CET. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Rahul once again giving the perfect answer, giving the quickest answer. Okay, come on, other people, other students. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, Sony, Rutvik, Shashi, Sweetie. All right, a lot of you have given option A as the answer. Wonderful. And some of you have given option D as the answer. Okay, okay, okay. Now, guys, remember in such questions, if you're given that A beats B by 10 meters and B beats C by 5 meters, if the win is given in terms of meters, then A will beat C by the value which is not the sum of these two values. No, the answer will never be the sum of these two values, but the answer will always be less than the sum of these two values. Okay, so from this important information, I can remove these two options, okay, as our answer. So option A and option B cannot be the answers. Okay, so if you'll go into the very basics of time, speed, distance, if you'll understand the concept of races, this is a very basic concept of races. All right, and according to which you can say that the number of meters by which A will beat C will never be the sum of these two values. Okay, now let's see two different ways of getting the answer. Two different ways. Now the race is of 100 meters. The question says that for every 100 meters covered by A, B will cover 10 meters less. Okay, so A beats B by 10 meters. So if A has finished the race, B has only covered 90 meters. All right, so I can say that the ratio of the speeds of A and B will be equal to 10:9. All right, now looking at the second relation, B beats C by 5 meters. So that means when B has finished the race, when B has completed 100 meters, C has traveled 5 meters less than him. So that means C has traveled 95 meters, and the ratio of the speeds of B and C will be equal to, you can cancel 5 from both of them. So it will be 20:19. All right. Now, using these two relations, now this is very basic concept of ratios. Using this relation, I'll be calculating A is to B is to C. Okay. So to calculate A is to B is to C, what I'll do, I'll multiply first ratio by 20 and multiply second ratio by 9. I'm telling you one of the ways of doing this question. Okay. So this value will become 200 is to 180, and this ratio will become 180 is to 171. All right, fine. So I can now write that A is to B is to C will be equal to 200 is to 180 is to 171, or A is to C as 200 is to 171. Okay, I can also write this ratio because the race is of 100 meters, so I can divide both these values by 2. So A is to C can be written as 100 is to 171 को 2 से divide करेंगे, so it will become 85.5. All right, so the ratio of A and C is 100 upon 85.5. So for every 100 meters covered by A, C will cover 85.5. That means 14.5 meters less. So A will beat C by 14.5 meters. Now this is one of the basic ways, one of the conventional ways of dealing with these questions. Basically, I've used the ratio method to get the answer. One of the ways. All right. Now I'll give you a way using which you'll be able to find the answer in less than 10 seconds. I'm not joking, less than 10 seconds and in a single step. Okay, so let's have a look at that method. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this ratio method. I'm erasing. No, let's not erase this. Let's move on to a blank screen. Let's open a blank screen. So question says that in a race of 100 meters, A beats B by 10 meters and B beats C by 5 meters. All right. No Supreme Gaming. The answer is not 10.5. The answer is 14.5. Okay. All right. Now let's see the second method. Now, first of all, I'll tell you, I'll go with the base of this method. The base of this method is the method of successive percentage change. All right. Successive percentage change. Now, whenever there is a successive percentage change, we have a direct formula to calculate net percentage change. I have explained this particular thing in my yesterday's session. जिसने भी कल का session मेरा attend किया है CMAT का 7 o'clock पे मैंने लिया था. So in that session I have explained like how we can save a lot of time and how we can improve our score in QA section. So this particular formula I have also explained in my yesterday's session. So please go back and look at that session as well. So the formula is A plus B plus AB upon 100. Now, if you know this formula, if you understand the application of this formula, then you'll be able to get the answer of this question in less than 10 seconds or maybe even 5 seconds. Okay. So net percentage change is A plus B plus AB upon 100. For the detailed explanation of this concept, go back and look at my session that I've taken yesterday. Okay. Now, in a race of 100 meters, A beats B by 10 meters. That means if I'll compare the speeds of A and B, B has covered 10 meters less than A in a race of 100 meters. That means B's speed is 10% less as compared to the speed of A. Okay. Now listen to each and everything that I'm saying. I'm saying that speed of B is 10% less than the speed of A because 100 meters का race है, B ने 10 meters कम cover किया है, so 10 meters is 10% of 100. Simple. Now B and C, if I'll relate these two, then C has covered 5 meters less than B in a race of 100 meters. So that means speed of C is 5% less as compared to the speed of B. All right. So what will be the direct relation between the speeds of A and C? So to calculate this, I'll use the formula that I have written on the right hand side. So 10% less, so the value of A in the formula will be minus 10 and the value of B will be minus 5. Just substitute these two values and you will get your answer. So minus 10 minus 5. So A plus B plus AB upon 100, minus 10 minus 5, A into B, that is minus 10 into minus 5 is plus 50, plus 50 upon 100 is plus 0.5, and you will get the value as minus 14.5. So it can be said that the speed of C is 14.5% less as compared to the speed of A, and hence C will cover 14.5% less distance as compared to A. Now 14.5% of 100 is equal to 14.5, and yes, our answer will be 14.5 meters. Okay, now this formula, this logic, this like application of successive percentage change can be applied in these questions of races in time, speed, distance. All right, so I hope all of you have understood whatever I have done here. If not, please go back and look at this particular portion once again and you will understand each and everything. Okay, so with this, let's move on to the next question. But before that, if you are liking this session, please just quickly go back for my motivation. Go back and hit the like button. Come on. So if you are liking this session, if you are gaining something out of this session, do hit the like button. Comment something in the comment section in case you have any query. Do share this session with your friends, and like so that they'll also be able to gain something out of this session. And do subscribe our channel for all the regular updates, and do press the like button. Do hit the bell icon to get all the notifications in future. All right. Okay, so let's move ahead and look at some other questions as well. Now, question number 9 in front of you now. Now, this question will teach you the relevance of learning perfect squares and perfect cubes. Okay. All right. So let's start with this one. So question says that Mohan bought a trouser at 10% discount. So let's say the original value before discount was X. Okay, and Mohan got this one. So this is Mohan. Mohan got this one at a value which is 10% less than the original price. 10% less. So 10% reduction, that means he must have paid 0.9x, or I can say that 9 by 10x. Okay, so you must be knowing that if a value is decreased by 10%, now 10% is nothing but 1 by 10 of the original value. So the value is reduced by 1 by 10, so remaining value will be 9 by 10 of the original value. Now he sold it to Sohan at a loss of 10%. So again, he sold it at a value which is reduced by 10%. So further it will be 9 by 10 square x. So again, another factor of 9 by 10. Now if Sohan paid 729, so this value that Sohan paid is equal to 729. Then what was the undiscounted price? That means they are asking us to find out the value of x. Okay, so 9 by 10 square x is given as 729. So the value of x will be 729 multiplied by 100 divided by 81. Now 81 into 9 is 729. So the answer will be equal to 900. All right. Also 81 is 9 square. We have already seen that. And 729, if you remember, this is equal to 9 cube. Now remembering these few things, Karthik, I don't understand what you're asking. It's a new section question. So 9 cube is 729. So if you remember such cubes, then it will be easier for you to save time. It will be beneficial for you in the examination, and you'll be able to save a lot of time at the time of calculations. All right. Okay. So that was question number 9. Let's move on to our next question, question number 10. Now another question of time, speed, distance. You can see that I've taken all these questions from the previous year paper of CMAT. And already we have seen 3 questions from time, speed, distance, and plenty of questions from percentages, profit and loss as well. So I can say that arithmetic is one of the most important areas that you must not leave. Just finish off with each and every concept of arithmetic when it comes to CMAT examination. People who are watching this session right now, please, for my motivation, I request all of you to hit the like button and do share this session with your friends so that they'll also be able to get benefit of this session. So Amit, you are asking how 9 by 10 square. Just give me a few minutes, okay? After this question, I'll go back to the previous question and will explain you how did I get 9 by 10. All right? Okay. Now, let's see what method can be used to tackle this question. Now, two sisters, Neha and Monica, walk to school. Neha takes 40 minutes while Monica takes 30 minutes. Okay. Now, one day, Neha started 5 minutes earlier than Monica. In how many minutes would Monica overtake Neha? Now, this is very basic question of relative speeds, but the speeds are not given. So what I can do is I can start by assuming the total distance. So I'll assume the total distance as the LCM of these two, which is 120. Okay. Now speed of Neha will become 120 divided by 40, that is 3. And speed of Monica will become 4. Okay, so what I've done is I've started by assuming the total distance, and that will make like this question to be solved very conveniently. It will be very easy. It will become very easy to solve this question as soon as you will assume some value of the distance. Why I have assumed it as 120? Because 120 is divisible by both 40 and 30. Okay, so the speed of Neha now has become 120 divided by 40, that is 3. You can say meters per minute. I'm not writing the units because units are same everywhere. Okay. Now, this is the distance of 120 that they are traveling. Now, one day Neha started 5 minutes earlier than Monica. So Neha started 5 minutes earlier. So in these 5 minutes at a speed of 3, Neha would have covered 3 into 5, that is 15 meters. Now, in how many minutes would Monica overtake Neha? So now this 15 meters of distance will now be reduced at a relative speed of the difference of these two, that is 4 minus 3, which is 1. All right, so basic concept of relative speeds. So 15 upon 1, that is equal to 15 minutes. So question is asking in how many minutes would Monica overtake Neha? So yes, the correct answer will be option B. You don't have to add up those 5 minutes because they are not asking the time starting from the beginning. So 5 minutes have already elapsed. So one day Neha started 5 minutes earlier than Monica. So in how many minutes would Monica overtake Neha? So the time taken by Monica to overtake Neha will be 15 minutes, not 20 minutes. So if you are adding those 5 minutes, you are mistaken. So don't add those 5 minutes. The answer is only 15 minutes. Okay. So the answer will be option B. And oh, thank you, Yatin. Yatin says my teaching technique is amazing. Thank you very much. Now, Amit, I'll go back. As per your request, you are asking how 9 by 10 square. So, Amit, when any value is reduced by 10%, 10% means 1 by 10 of the original value, then the new value will become 1 minus 1 upon 10, that is 9 upon 10 times the original value. Okay, so 9 by 10 का factor एक बार आ गया because of the reduction of 10%. Now there is another reduction of 10%, because of which the factor of 9 by 10 will come once again. Okay, in case there was another reduction of 10%, then it would have been 9 by 10 whole cube x. All right. So since it was reduced by 10% twice, that is why 9 by 10 into 9 by 10 has become 9 by 10 whole square. All right. I hope I am clear on this part, Amit. Okay. Now with this, let's move on to question number 11. Now, question number 11 is a very basic question of number system, the application of LCM and HCF. Okay, so just read it through and quickly post your answer in the chat box. The question says that the dimension of a floor are 18 cross 24. So this is the entire floor that will have to cover up with tiles. Okay. Now read each and every part of this question very carefully. Okay. Now they're asking about what is the smallest number of identical square tiles. So important word, two important words, smallest number and identical tiles. Okay. So you will have to minimize the number of tiles and all the tiles should be identical. That will pave the entire floor without the need to break the tile. So you cannot break these tiles as well. All right. So first of all, you will have to minimize number of tiles. Okay. So अब tiles का number minimize करने के लिए can I say that I try to basically take like I'll try to increase the size of the tile. All right. So to minimize the number of tiles, I should be taking the biggest possible tiles. All right. This is the first thing. So number of tiles को minimize करना है तो size of tile को increase करना पड़ेगा. So this is the first thing. So that means the size of tile should be maximized. Okay, this is the second thing. Now also there is a restriction that we'll have to take the identical tiles. So सारी tiles का size same होना चाहिए. Okay, fine. So the smallest number of identical square tiles. The next thing is the tile ka size should be a square. All right. Now I should be consider the maximum possible size of the tile that will fit on 24 as well as 18 meters length. So 24 में भी fit होना चाहिए, 18 में भी fit होना चाहिए. So I should be taking the size of the tile such that it will completely divide 18 as well as 24. 18 को भी completely divide कर दे and 24 को भी completely divide कर दे. That means I should take a number which is the factor of both 18 and 24. Common factor of 18 and 24. Okay, so I need the common factor of 18 and 24. Also, since the size of the tile has to be maximized, so I need highest common factor of 18 and 24. Okay, so this is the reason why we'll calculate the HCF of 18 and 24. So HCF of 18 and 24 is equal to 6. So the size of the tile will be equal to 6 cross 6. Am I clear up till this point? Dhruv, wait. Dhruv, this is the size of the tile, not the number of tiles. Okay. Now, the area of the floor that needs to be covered is 18 cross 24. Number of tiles required will be area of the floor divided by the area of the tile. So it will be 18 into 24 divided by 6 cross 6, and the final answer will be equal to 12. So 12 will be the total number of tiles. Am I clear, Dhruv? So there is a reason to give 6 as one of the options, because we will do a mistake. We'll mark option 6, which is not the number of tiles but the dimension of the tile. Okay. So the size is 6 cross 6 and the number of tiles required will be equal to 12. Am I clear? Let's move on to the next question. Question number 12. Now you can use direct formula for this question as well. Otherwise, if you understand the logic behind these type of questions, you can use logics as well. Okay, so I'll tell you both the ways of doing this question. Ultimately, if we'll be using logic, it will take us to the formula only. Okay, so if some of you have difficulty in remembering lots of formulas, doesn't matter. If you'll go by the logic, it will take hardly let's say 5 to 10 seconds extra, and you will be able to get the correct answer for this question. So question says that the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 5,000 rupees in 2 years, so the difference is 32, and they're asking us to find out the rate of interest per annum. All right, so let's start with this. Now let's say P is the principal. I'm ignoring this value of 5,000 for the time being. I'll use this value later. So P is let's say the principal, and R is the rate of interest. Gourav has already given the answer. Good. Now P is the rate. P is the principal and R is the rate of interest. Now first year and second year, simple interest and compound interest. Okay. Now I'll fill this table. Now simple interest for the first year will be R% of P, and it will be same in the second year, R% of P. All right. Now compound interest in the first year will be R% of P. So you can remember one thing, that simple interest for every period will remain same. And if I talk about compound interest, then compound interest for the first year and simple interest for the first year, both will be same. Now the key is to write the value of compound interest for second year. Now to write the value of compound interest of the second year, just copy the value of the first year, R% of P, plus calculate R% of this value and add it to the value. So it will be R% of P. All right. So to calculate the compound interest for the second year, first of all, we have copied the value of the first year and then generated the interest on the interest of first year at R%. Okay. So R% of P plus R% of P. So this is the compound interest for the second year. All right. Okay. Now we'll have to calculate the difference between simple interest and compound interest. So this is the simple interest and this is the compound interest. If you look at the difference, compound interest minus simple interest, so this factor will get cancelled. All right. And this factor will get cancelled. So the difference will only be this portion. So the difference will be R% of P, and that is given as 32. Okay, so this is the difference. So you can do the calculations. The value of P is 5,000. So R square upon 100 square multiplied by the principal, which is 5,000, and that is equal to 32. Okay, so the value of R square will be 32 multiplied by 10,000 divided by 5,000. 10,000 upon 5,000 is 2. So R square will be equal to 32 into 2, that is 64. So the value of R will be equal to 8. and hence this will be your answer. Okay. Now, if you can remember, the difference, this value r upon 100 square multiplied by p. Now, this is the formula for the difference between simple interest and compound interest for 2 years. Okay, again I'll repeat, this is the direct formula for simple interest, the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest for 2 years. Okay, so you can take this formula and you can save this much amount of time that we have invested in writing all these things. You'll be able to save your time. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 13. Now question number 13, very interesting question, but easy question of permutation combination. So let's have a look at this one. So question is, how many 10-digit numbers can be formed using all the digits? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are given 10 digits. So these are the 10 digits which are given, and we'll have to use all of them. There are some repetitions as well, such that odd digits appear only in even places. So first of all, I'll mark even places. So these are even places. And for the places I have marked, only odd digits can come. Okay. Now, Supreme Gaming, about 3 years, it's better not to go with the formula. It's better to go with the concept only. Okay. All right. Now, if I'll look at the odd digits now among all these digits, so I'll write the odd digits. It is 3, 5, 7, 5, and 3. Okay, now these 5 digits can come only at these 5 marked places. The number of ways will be 5 factorial divided by, now since 3 is repeated twice, so upon 2 factorial, also 5 is repeated twice, so divided by 2 factorial once again. Okay, so first of all, I have taken care of even places on which only odd digits can come. So there were 5 even places and there were 5 odd digits. Okay, so at 5 places, 5 digits can arrange in 5 factorial ways. But since 3 was repeated twice, so I have divided it by 2 factorial. 5 is also repeated twice. I have also divided it by 2 factorial. So this is for even places. Now for the remaining places, odd digits can come. So multiply karte hain. ठीक है? So at the remaining places, what all digits can come? 2, 4, 2, 2, 8. So these are the digits which are remaining. So these 5 digits can come at 5 places in 5 factorial ways. And I'll divide it by 2 is repeated 3 times. So I'll divide it by 3 factorial. Okay, so very simple, straightforward concept of permutation combination. So this should be your final answer. Among the options, you can match it and mark option D as the final answer. All right, am I clear? Hello, Aniket. All right, okay. So I hope you all have understood this question, and with this, let's move on to our next question. Okay, a question which you can never leave in the examination, but you may easily commit a mistake in such questions. So please take all these questions very carefully and let's see the fastest way of finding the answer. So I'm giving all of you 10 seconds to find the answer, after which I'll start with the solution. Aniket was asking, sir, why wouldn't I take 4 and 8? Aniket, I'll go back to the previous question as soon as I'm done with this one. All right, so let's start with the solution. A is 3 by 2 times of B. So I can write A upon B as 3 upon 2. Careful, okay? B is 3 by 4 of C. So B upon C will be equal to 3 upon 4. Lastly, be careful with this. D is 1 by 4 of C. So D upon C will be 1 upon 4. So I'll write C upon D as 4 upon 1. Be careful with this step. Okay, so we are given these three ratios, right? Now, we have to find out the ratio of A and D. So if you'll multiply these three ratios, A by B into B by C into C by D, you will be left with A upon D. Alright, so just multiply them. 3 by 2 into 3 by 4 into 4 by 1, and the final answer that you will get will be equal to 9 upon 2, and option D will be the correct answer. Alright. Yes, Apurva, we can do the questions of permutation combination just by looking at the denominators, but in case you have more than one option having the same denominators, so for that particular case, you can use the complete logic. Okay. Now, Aniket, you were asking why wouldn't take 4 and 8. So, Aniket, I have taken 4 and 8 definitely, but since 4 and 8 were not repeated more than once, so that is why they were taken care of when I write 5 factorial. So 5 factorial is the number of ways of arranging 5 objects at 5 places. Now if we have repetition 2, 2, 2, so 2, 2, 2, 2 was repeated 3 times. So that is why I divided it by 3 factorial. So this was the concept behind this question. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to our last question for the day. Question number 15. And again, this question is of time and work. So we can see that plenty of questions have come from arithmetic. Okay. So pipe X can fill a tank in 12 hours. Pipe Y can empty the tank in 18 hours. Both pipes are open at 8 a.m. and after some time Y is closed. Okay. Because Y is an outlet pipe, तो उसको हमने थोड़ी देर बाद बंद कर दिया. Both pipes are open at 8 a.m. and after some time Y is closed and the tank is now full at 10 p.m. on the same day. The question is, at what time pipe Y was closed? Okay, I'll give you a very shortcut way of doing this question. Okay, so pipe X and pipe Y, 12 hours and 18 hours. Pipe Y is an outlet pipe. So I'll assume total work as LCM of these two. As usual, I do in all questions. So the total work is 36 units. Okay. Now 1 hour work of X is plus 3. 1 hour work of Y is minus 2. All right. Now both pipes are opened at 8 a.m. दोनों को 8 a.m. पे ओपन कर दिया, but pipe Y was closed after some time. So forget about pipe Y. भूल जाओ, pipe Y को भूल जाओ. 8 o'clock पे मैंने X और Y को ओपन किया and the tank was full at 10 p.m. during which Y को मैंने बंद कर दिया था, but X was never closed. So that means X was opened at 8 a.m. and the work was done at 10 p.m. That means in 14 hours. Okay, so X was opened for 14 hours. In these 14 hours, the amount of work done by X will be 14 multiplied by 3, that is 42 units. Okay, so X was opened for the entire duration of 14 hours, in which 14 multiplied by 3, the amount of work done by X was 42 units. But total work to 36 units करना था. All right. So that means 42 minus 36. That means 6 units of work was negatively done by Y. Y in 1 hour can do minus 2 units. So minus 6 units करने के लिए Y को कितना time लगेगा? So Y will take how many hours? Minus 6 upon minus 2, that is 3 hours. So I can say that Y would have worked for 3 hours only. Okay, so 8 a.m. it was opened, it worked for 3 hours. So at what time it will be closed? 8 a.m. plus 3 hours, That means at 11 a.m. Okay, am I clear? So this is it, the answer for question number 15, and we are done with today's session. I hope you would have enjoyed, all of you would have enjoyed, and the students who are present here and have not liked the session yet, please go back and press the like button if you have liked the session and you want me to come up with such sessions in the future as well. All right, so definitely I'll be coming up with more sessions on this. Vikram has already requested for a session on algebra. So yes, Vikram, I'll try to keep maximum number of questions from algebra in my next session. All right, so that's all from my side, my dear friends. Archita, the Telegram link for the group is shared in the description of this session. So you can go there, check the description. There are so many links given there, and you can join our Telegram group using that link, which is given in the description of this session. All right. Yes, Aniket, I'll be taking algebra. Don't worry. So friends, that's all from my side. Some of the important relevant information for all of you. We have started a GDPI program, a wonderful program using which you can prepare for the second round of admission process after your written examinations are over. So you can join this program where the top mentors will be teaching you and will be helping you to prepare for group discussion and personal interviews. Now at the bottom of the screen you can find a number, all the details are already mentioned on the screen, but in case you want to fetch some more information related to this program, you can call at the number which is at the bottom of the screen. Also, for CAT 2022 aspirants, we have started a complete course, batch number 5 for CAT 2022 preparation. All the highlights are already mentioned on the screen, but again, to fetch some more information about this program, you can call at the number which is given at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Vipul, I have already done that yesterday. So please, those students who have joined just now and they have missed some of my previous sessions. So yesterday and day before yesterday, I have conducted two wonderful sessions on CMAT. So day before yesterday, I have taken a session on the strategy that should be used to basically attempt CMAT examinations. And yesterday, I have just given an overview of Quant, how to basically increase the score in Quant. So Vipul, you can go back and look at these two sessions. So you can also subscribe this channel. It's better you will subscribe this channel and you will not miss any of the future sessions. So you can just press the bell icon so that all the notifications will be received by you in the future. So friends, that's all from my side. You can follow us on Insta. You can subscribe our channel. Like I said, press the bell icon so that you will not miss any of the notifications. Like us on Facebook, join the Telegram channel, which is the link to join the Telegram channel is already mentioned in the description of this session. And you can download our app on Google Play. That's all from my side. It was wonderful having all of you in this session. Good night.